isn't a country in the world where you won't experience some type of culture shock when you visit it. Today, I'm talking about the United States of America. But first, let me write this one up. There we go. Got my cup of coffee here. And a glass of water. So, I also have a new phone. I think the camera is a lot better. Let me know if that's the case. The first culture shock that tourists or visitors in the United States experience. And this is something global because the USA is extremely large and has different cultures in every state. But number one is sales tax isn't included in prices. Which would be a shock for me if I were to visit the United States and didn't know about it. In most countries, the price you see on a product is the final price, like here in the Netherlands. In the US, however, the sales tax is added at the register, so the actual price is always higher than what's displayed. That would mess up my brain so much because, I don't know how much the sales tax is, but let's say it's 20%. I don't know. And if you buy a TV and you see, it's only $1,000, but then you go at the register and it says $1,200, I would think, snap. Here in the Netherlands, it's what you see is what you pay. So if you see a product that's like $10 on the shelves, you also pay it at the register. Number two is the tipping culture is expected. Unlike in many countries where tipping is optional or included, in the US, tipping 15 to 20% is expected at restaurants, bars, taxis, hair salons, and even for hotel staff. Many workers rely on tips due to low base wages. And that's pretty, I don't know, pretty crazy if you ask me, because here in the Netherlands you get an hourly wage. And if you get tip, like when I go to a restaurant, I do tip, but like if I pay, I don't know, when I go out eating with my wife and I have to pay like 100 euros, I will maybe give $5 tips. That's like 5%, or depends. It really depends. Sometimes even if I buy something for, I don't know, 20 euros and or let's say 19 euros, 50, then maybe I give 50 cents or something like that. But or if I order food, I give the one that delivers it maybe €1. But here you basically pay the price that it says on the menu, and it's not expected. If you do it, better yet, some restaurants even discourage tips. This one is very nice. Number 3, large portion sizes. Meals in America, in American restaurants, are significantly larger than in many other countries. Single portion can often be enough for 2 people, pretty crazy. Like, there's a saying. I think there's a saying in Texas. I don't know how it goes, but like everything is big in Texas. Like the cars, the portion sizes. I don't know. It's very easy to overeat if you get a too large of a portion. Because I would just... I always feel bad when I have to throw away food. So either I would take it with me, or if there isn't another option, you are literally forced to overeat or to throw it away. And both aren't good in my opinion. And another one is free refills on drinks. Like many restaurants offer free refills on soft drinks, coffee and iced tea, which is unusual in Europe and Asia, where you typically pay per drink. And that's crazy. Like, it doesn't matter if you drink a half a liter or 2 liters of Coke, you pay the same price, which is pretty nice and pretty nice service. I would drink all the coffee if it was good. But yeah, in the Netherlands you pay for the water, the coffee. There isn't such a thing as a free refill. I think I said it in one of my previous videos. What I do like in Croatia is that every time you order a coffee, you get a standard glass of water with it. And the aunt of my wife said that in Australia, when you go and sit in a restaurant or a cafe, that you get like a lot of water to drink standard without even before ordering something, which is a very nice service. This one aged well. Let's see, number 5. Extreme friendliness and small talk. Americans are known for being friendly and engaging in small talk, even with strangers. Cashiers, waiters, and even people in elevators might ask, "How's your day?" which can feel surprising or insincere to visitors. Like I said in my previous video, the Dutch are basically the complete opposite. And especially, oftentimes, if someone doesn't know you, they won't talk to you. Like if you live in a small place, in a nice community, here they will usually say, like, when you walk past someone, they'll say, "Hey, good morning" or "good day," but not more than that. And to be honest, I do like this culture shock. Like, I do like a little chat with unknown people. So, a pretty nice thing, yeah. Number 6. Huge distances and car dependence. Now, this is because the country is so huge. But cities and towns are often spread out, making cars a necessity. Public transportation is limited in many areas, so visitors may struggle if they expect to get around easily without a car. Especially in the desolate places. And what I also like, that was the wrong word, but what is so also a culture shock is that like people go to work with an airplane, and that's crazy. Like, imagine, I cannot imagine going to work, waking up and having to fly for like an hour or two with an airplane to get to work, that is one of the craziest things, man. Like, I maybe go once or twice per year with a plane when I go on a vacation or something. So I can understand the car dependency, especially if the trains and buses and stuffs like that don't drive. Like here in the Netherlands, the public transport is literally perfect because it's a small country and you have so many options like trams, metros, trains and buses. Number 7. Ice in every drink. Americans love their drinks cold, so expect a lot of ice in soft drinks, even in winter. In many other countries, drinks are served without ice unless specifically requested. When I was younger, I always had a drink. When going to like McDonald's or something. When going to McDonald's or something, because here you don't have unlimited drinks, so if they fill your cup with a lot of ice, you get like maybe half the amount of drink, so you just ask for a little bit of ice or no ice, and then you fill the cup up till the end. But I personally, I'm not a big fan of cold drinks. Like, I drink tap water or carbonated water that's at room temperature, or coffee and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't really put ice in my drinks. Sometimes. Number 8. Over-the-top customer service. This is also something that's the total opposite of Dutch culture shock video that I made. Store employees often greet you as soon as you enter and may check on you multiple times while you shop. And by checking, like, everything good, can you find what you need? In other countries, this level of attentiveness can feel intrusive. Like, in the Netherlands, they will say hi if you enter a store, but the customer is not king in the Netherlands, which is something that is the case in the United States. Number 9. Supermarket choices are overwhelming. Grocery stores in the United States are massive, with entire aisles dedicated to one product type, like dozens of kinds of cereals or chips, which can be overwhelming for visitors. There's a documentary on the problem of having too much choice. Like our, maybe not parents, but our grandparents, when they were young, you had one type of milk, one type of butter, one type of bread, one bottle type of water and stuff like that, one package of sugar. And now you have so many choices also when it comes to phones and computers that it's basically overwhelming. You know what I mean? You should look it up, that the more choices you have, the more anxiety it brings with it. It makes it just more complicated. If there is one type of milk, you can only buy it, or you can not buy it. But having like 20 types of milk or 20 different companies who produce the same thing, it's crazy. Number 10. unlike many countries where drinking is legal at 18. The US has a strict 21 plus age limit. Some places even ask for ID regardless of your appearance, which can surprise older tourists. Now, in the Netherlands, you used to be able to drink beer at the age of 16. I think it's 18 now. But let's say in Croatia, where I visited a lot of times when I was younger, like you would see kids in clubs that are like 13 or 14 smoking a cigarette and drinking, which I don't advise and is a terrible thing to do, but I don't know, some cultures are just like that. But what I do find amazing is like you can join the US Army and go to war, but you cannot drink. So you're old enough to have a gun which can take a life as a soldier, but you're not old enough to have a beer in a bar while eating a pizza. I don't know. Pretty crazy. Number 11. The patriotism is intense. You'll see American flags everywhere. On houses, on businesses, cars, and even clothing. National pride is a big part of the culture. And it can be much stronger than in other countries. Like in Europe you have a lot of countries that are also patriotic, like I don't know, Croatia, Turkey, Serbia, I guess Poland. The French are also known to be patriotic, but the Germans, for example, because of their past, not so much. Like here in the Netherlands, when it's the king's birthday, they also tend to put out a flag in front of their house, which is fine by me. I like it. I am proud of the country where I live in and where I grew up in, and why wouldn't you be? Fast food drive-thrus are everywhere. The US has an obsession with convenience, and drive-thrus aren't just for food, they exist for pharmacies, banks, and even liquor stores, which is pretty crazy. Here in the Netherlands you only have drive-thrus for food, but it's also not always and not everywhere. But like going to the pharmacy drive-thru, I don't know, it's pretty crazy. Number 13, casual dress code, even in public. Americans are generally very casual in their dress. It's common to see people wearing sweatpants, hoodies, or even pajamas while shopping. My kind of people, which might seem odd to visitors from more formal cultures. This is a thing that the Netherlands has in common, the Dutch people. Because, for example, my wife always gets mad when I go in my Adidas tracksuit to buy some groceries, even if I go alone, but especially if I go with her, because she is German. And in Germany, the minimum thing you can go out the door with are jeans and above, so no sweatpants and stuff like that. They see it as asocial. I don't know how to. I don't know the word for asocial. Damn. It's not really rude, but asocial. I don't know. The opposite of social. Number 14. Huge cars and trucks. American roads are filled with large SUVs and pickup trucks, which are rare in many other countries. where smaller cars are more common due to narrow streets and few prices. Like in the Netherlands, it's good. It's more affordable to have a smaller car because you pay taxes based on the weight of your car, and usually a smaller car also doesn't need so much fuel. And for example, in Italy, you cannot come in Italy with a Dodge Ram truck because all the roads are so small that even an average car sometimes doesn't even fit good. Number 15, public restrooms are free and everywhere, which is a blessing, man. In the Netherlands, when you go to a mall, you have to pay like 50 cents or €1 to visit the toilet, which is, I don't know. I can understand it because there are really animals that don't know how to pee or be clean, if you know what I mean. But in many countries you have to pay to use public restrooms, but in the US they are generally free and available in restaurants, gas stations or malls. However, the stall doors often have noticeable gaps which can feel awkward. And also, in Netherlands, even if you go to a bar, in Amsterdam I had it once, they wouldn't let me visit the toilet if I didn't order a drink. So I drank a cola in like 5 seconds and I went to the toilet. Pretty crazy. Number 16. Credit cards are used for everything. Which, if you've seen my How to Get Rich and budgeting videos, I am the number one enemy of credit cards. Unlike in some countries where cash is still widely used, Americans pay for almost everything with credit or debit cards, even small purchases like coffee. Well, I do use a lot of cash, but oftentimes doing groceries or something, I pay with my phone. Like, it's like Google Pay or the wallet that you have on iPhone. You just connect your card with it, and it's pretty easy to do and pretty convenient also. Obsession with ice cream and peanut butter, number 17. Americans consume massive amounts of ice cream and peanut butter. Two foods that are far less popular in many other countries of the world. Peanut butter in particular is an American favorite that surprises some visitors. Now, let me tell you something. The Netherlands, we should Google it together, but I wouldn't be surprised if it would say that the Netherlands are like the top 3 countries that consume peanut butter per person, because you're literally born with it here. It's called pindakaas, like peanut cheese. What isn't popular here is the peanut butter jelly sandwich that is popular in the United States. But I do love peanut butter. Very nice. And a lot of children, like 95% of the children in the Netherlands, grow up on peanut butter sandwiches. I did notice that the Dutch peanut butter tastes a lot more different than American. It's far less sweet and more salty, and it's less creamy. And I do love the peanut butter with the chunks in it. Pretty nice. Number 18. Super loud and energetic enthusiasm. Whether it's a sports game, concerts or even casual conversations, Americans tend to be loud, expressive, and full of energy compared to more reserved cultures. Um, yeah, like a lot of American artists could be surprised when they come for a concert to the Netherlands, or comedians, because I am the type of person, and a lot of people here are, that you can be my favorite artist, and I could love every sound you make and every song you make, but I am not the person that is going to dance. I will stand still and enjoy the art that I'm witnessing. But even if it's a dance song, I will, from the inside, I will be happy like a child and enjoy it. But on the outside, I will just be standing still and looking. Also, like when I went to a rap concert or another concert, when the artist says, "Put your hands up," like more than 50% won't even put his hands up. And also, like when stand-up comedians come, which I love. I saw Anthony Jeselnik, and I want to see Dave Chappelle, but even the laughter is far less than in an American stadium when they perform there. But people still enjoy it. Number 19, the concept of personal space. Americans generally value personal space and stand about an arm's length apart when talking, while in some cultures, close proximity is normal. In a lot of European countries, like Mediterranean countries, it's not weird to touch someone's shoulder or, hey, or stuff like that. So, personal space is, how do I say it without being rude, is more of a Western Europe type of thing. Like in Scandinavia and United States and stuff like that. But I can imagine in the Mediterranean or Middle Eastern and Latin countries, they are more touchy and close, if you know what I mean. Number 20. I don't know why I wrote it down 2 times, but drive-thrus for everything. In the United States, drive-thrus aren't just for fast food. There are drive-thrus for pharmacies, liquor stores, and even, I don't know why I wrote it down 2 times. But those are the culture shocks that you could experience as a tourist or a visitor in the United States. And I do really want to visit the US. Even 50% of my viewers are from the US. And I would really like to visit Texas and I think states like Ohio and Nevada and stuff like that. I don't know. I'm not that much attracted to New York, even though I would visit it, but I'm more of a nature type of guy. And yeah, a lovely country, lovely people. And I would really like to visit it. Like Texas and Japan are on my wish list to visit. That's outside of Europe. Tell me how you like the new camera. And of course, how you like the video. If you liked it, leave a like. A comment would be greatly appreciated. And as always, have a good day and a good life.